Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. We got a lot to discuss. I'm going to just get right into it. Keep this one a little shorter than normal, or at least I'm going to attempt. I just want to get my message out to you guys. And if you hear anything that you do like, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, all right? So let's get right into it. First of all, thank you guys. You guys been sharing this page with your friends and families and reposting on TikTok and Instagram. I see you. I see you. Okay, we're gonna do something for you after a while. We'll see what that is. You know, you're gonna have to have your cash apps ready. All right, so let's look at what's going on right now. All right. So as we could see here, I wanted to pull up. I have the S&P, the NASDAQ, and Bitcoin, right? I wish I had the NASDAQ on top because most of the stock that you guys are in, I know you, it's in the NASDAQ, okay? So, and it's tech heavy, right? So let's see what's going on. We can look up here and see that the NASDAQ is up 150 points and the S&P is 29 points. But at the time of posting this, a lot of you guys are seeing red in your portfolios because quantum computing is getting cooling off. Our baby USAR, we sold the warrants today, took profits as it started to cool off. We just took profits, holding the stock because now they're saying, America may not be doing this deal, but I'm just waiting and holding USAR, the stock, though we sold the warrants, took our profits and ran. We may get back in because this thing with China is not over. As a matter of fact, it's getting worse. Okay. So we got Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. Okay, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent just posted this. This is why the market is so volatile, good people. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says a stock market decline won't deter the U.S. from taking strong action against China. That don't feel well, good people. That's just like, ooh. So he's saying even if the stock market takes a hit, it's not going to deter them from taking strong actions against China. We know we got problems with them with rare earth. That rare earth deal ain't working out. They're not buying our soybeans. Our farmers are struggling, but we're still buying products from them. You know how it goes back and forth. And so we got to see how this affects our pockets. Now, it is also affecting crypto, right? I'm going to do a crypto video and just talk about the state of crypto. That'd probably be the next one, maybe. Let's look at it, all right? For those of you that say, hey, I can't take the stock market, I don't like the stock market, just crypto, I just want to just share with you this. Look at this over the last 5 days. Now, this lighter color right here, that's Bitcoin, all right? The yellow is the NASDAQ, and the blue is the S&P. You see the correlation with the NASDAQ and the S&P, but when you go out further, I just want to point something out because you always need to be watching what the fundamentals are doing and also what the charts are showing us, all right? So without even going into a complicated chart, just here on Google Finance, you could see that when the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ go up, what happens? Bitcoin goes up. It goes up more. You see that? Bam. So then we peak out, and then when they go down, what happens? Bitcoin goes down more. And then there's a reversal, right? Well, like I've been telling you guys, it seems like Bitcoin sees the future before the market. See here, Bitcoin moves up, market moves up, right? But then here, the market goes down, it brings Bitcoin down, right? And then Bitcoin turns around and starts going back up, right? So when the market goes up, Bitcoin goes up much more. When the market falls, Bitcoin falls much more. We could see that right now, right? Over the last month, we're still negative with Bitcoin after that fallout, all right? So we got two things that's happening. Another thing that's happening that's cooling off the stock market is we got a new note from Barclay that says the AI spending has peaked. The AI spending has peaked. Now, I'm going to play this short snippet for you guys. I want you to listen very carefully to what this gentleman from Barclays is saying.
Talking about an AI bubble is kind of all the rage, Jonathan. That's not what this is, correct?
No, that's not our point here. Our point is a much more technical one with regard to GDP growth and the impetus that comes from AI. And our point is basically that even though the AI spending at this point looks very impressive and has grown, by many measures exponentially over the last year, really, we're probably at the peak now in terms of what this means in terms of contributions to annualized GDP growth. And that's important because really AI, for that to continue to have a measurable impact on the economy, since it's a relatively small part of a $30 trillion economy, you really need it to continue to grow very fast to continue to provide the kind of thrust to GDP growth that it has so far this year.
Now, I'm not saying that this gentleman is wrong. He goes on. You could watch that. But I want you to pay attention to everything. This always happens, okay? And trees don't grow to the sky. So something is going to happen. And this market is frothy. But look at what just happened 7 hours ago. Stock market highs today as AI boom mirror the dot-com bubble, right? So that's to his point, okay? Silicon Valley, that was 7 hours ago. Then 3 hours ago, Silicon Valley is plowing money into AI. Let's read that together. Silicon Valley is plowing money into AI, and the latest deal, and the latest deal are eye-watering. And so we have a lot going on. Two things that's weighing on the market today, even though the NASDAQ and Dow are up, right? That Barclay, whenever you have someone like Barclay, one of these big, financial companies make a statement or a price prediction, it moves markets and stocks and crypto. If it's negative, everything goes down. If it's positive, it goes up. So new note from Barclays again says that AI spending may be peaking, right? And then by tomorrow, because we suffer from short-term memory, that'll be gone. If someone else does, if OpenAI says they're spending some more money, then the market will turn around. So don't be too quick to sell, right? And then we got Treasury Secretary Bessent. He is, just doubling down, and they have to show China that we're strong because someone, according to him, someone from China came to a meeting that was uninvited and pretty much said, China ain't no punk. Pretty much, right? This is the way we talk from West Side Chicago. So we gotta realize there's something called the taco trade. I gotta talk about it. I know some people are not gonna like it. Some people are gonna love it. Let's just talk about it. Taco trade. And what it stands for is Trump always chickens out, right? I didn't make that up. Someone else did, right? But if you use it as a measuring gauge, you can make plenty of money. So that means that every time, right on the onset of a new tariff threat, and the market goes down, that's the time to buy. And you could buy the dips and sell the rips. What we've been doing is buying the dips and holding. But at some point, you have to take profits. Why, Larry? Because trees don't grow to the trees, or trees don't grow to the sky, should I say, excuse me. And so if you think that this market is going to go up forever, you're wrong. We're always headed for a boom. We're always headed for a bubble, and we're always headed for a bust. Let me say this also. We're always headed for a correction, a crash, and a bull market. Always. It's a rolling wheel. And so when we have these healthy pullbacks, they're healthy for the market. Now, I'm not taking big profits now. I still believe that at the end of this year, the stock market and crypto could be higher. And you notice I use the word could because I'm not in Donald Trump's head. I don't know what's the next tweet is going to be. I'm not in Putin's head, and I'm not in President Xi's head. All right, I'm not in Xi's head either. I started to say Lil Kim. I was thinking about North Korea, Kim Jong-il. I call him aka Lil Kim. All right, you'll get that later. But anyway, anything geopolitical can change the direction of the market, just like the tariff wars have. And then the last big thing that is a threat to us right now is inflation from the tariffs, which still has not hit. Companies have been absorbing them, but the silver lining is the Fed, the Fed, the Fed. The Fed could be the Lone Ranger, though he hasn't been, and really consistently, even if he cuts by 25 basis points 2 more times this year and sounds dovish into 2026, that could help the stock market, not so much the economy. Okay? Whenever crypto goes down, go to the news story and see what happened to the stock market, and you will find out why crypto is down as much as it is, right? And we could see that this is trending down. So we're going to make another video for crypto, but we need to see where the stock market is. And remember, Friday, I'm scared about Friday. Josh and I was talking about this market is expensive. And everyone that has a lot of money in it, and including a lot of you guys, we're happy that we're still green, but we're nervous. So what I'm going to ask you is, do you know how to set a stop loss? Do you know how to set a trailing stop loss? They don't work every time. No, they don't. And I agree, because there has to be a buyer. So even if you set your stop loss, it blows by your stop loss, the stock you are selling, someone else is not buying, and it'll blow right past your stop loss. Follow? And so that's why the higher the risk that you're in, and if it's low float and no activity and no buyers, then you're in trouble. So what I'm suggesting is to look at your individual stock and see which stock those are and see if it's time to take some profits, okay? All right, good people, come and join us. Listen, Stock Up You, coupon code LEARN, LEARN. That is my Black Friday code. I'm just giving it to you now. Get in there, learn about this market. We have a ton of money to make. Again, I lied. I said it was going to be short. It's not. I love you guys for real, though, but I just had a lot to talk about. Live, love, laugh, and learn.